So I recorded myself for like 18 minutes ranting about what I'm going to talk to you about now, hopefully briefly. Um, Hello, my fellow hunters. It's Andy, the RPG Relic Hunter, talking very briefly about Palladium books and an issue that I think wasn't an issue before, but is now. And kind of a transition that gamers took from being okay with a party that looked like Lord of the Rings to now needing a party that looks like the Avengers, right? Maybe the Avengers isn't a good. Anyway, uh, Lord of the Rings. Aragorn, Gandalf, way more powerful than Legolas, Gimli, Boromir, who are way more powerful than the hobbits. But it was fine. They were telling a story. Everyone had a part in the story. It went along. And that's what I think about for like early D&D games, early Rifts games. You know, you'll have like, for Rifts, your Dragon Hatchling, and you've got your Leyline Walker, and you've got your like Headhunter, or from the Machinas of Doom comic book, you've got their Leyline Walker, their Juicer and Crazy, and their Headhunter, and their Dog Boy, their Burster. That's actually pretty good power level swing, but the Dog Boy, he doesn't hold a candle to a Juicer, right? You can see that. Nowadays, gamers, since D&D 3.0 came out, they want to be peers of each other. They don't want to sit down at a table and look over there. Okay, well, that guy's playing way more power. Like, he's playing a Glitter Boy, and I'm playing a Crazy. The Glitter Boy, it fires a tank in combat. Situational combat, we can't be in the same fight. Not just because the Crazy would get deafened. Well, they've got that special armor, but the Glitter Boy is going to blow away anything that a Crazy could fight with, out a mile. Now, players want to look around and say, we are peers. What 3.0 did to balance their classes so they could say, all right, I'm choosing a fighter. By choosing a fighter, I give up spells, but I get feats. I'm choosing a rogue. By choosing a rogue, I give up BAB and I get skills. You know, you can see what you gave up to get that, and that makes you all peers. In Shadowrun, I spent my build points on this, so you know, I'm better at that. Or I've spent my build points being an awakened character, so I get magic, but I gave up cyberware for it. I think that's a part of gamer DNA now. It wasn't earlier on, but it is important now. And it's not just the war gamers that want that. It's not just the power gamers. I think everybody wants to sit down as a peer. Everyone wants to be equally, you know, it doesn't have to be the same, but equal in power to the other players. They all want to come in, like voting is a big thing now in games. If you don't know what to do, everybody votes and then you go with that. It didn't used to be like that. It was like one person was the party leader, like legitimately made the choice. Doesn't matter what everybody else thinks. I don't know which one's right, but here's my idea for Palladium. I feel like they should maybe write an article, and hey, if it's already in a Rifter, how would I know? Because if you don't keep up with the Rifters, but if there's somewhere where you can link it to it, where the Palladium authors are saying, here's a 1 through 10 of some different things, that would be great. But I think they should give a few examples of what a power level 1 is in their game. Give a few examples of a 2, all the way up through 10, where you have something ridiculously powerful, but that players can play. And then a GM can pick a power level and say, you know, hey, your character's got to come down some, or hey, your character has to come up to make it to a 5. So they don't have a Glitter Boy walking into a 5 party. They have, I would think a Juicer's 5. I don't know. You guys can tell me. So I don't like bringing up a problem without bringing up a solution. I think GMs can, as an exercise for session 0, write out the number line for themselves and give a few examples at each power level and email that to your players and say, hey, here's where I think these things lie. I'm not looking for debate. This is where it is in my mind. Come with something that's 5 or 6 or whatever, so that the players can be prepared. So that's it. Power level, just so that your players can be peers. The characters in game are peers, are equals, and they're not having somebody that's 3 hobbits in a trench coat try to keep up with Legolas. Good luck. Have fun. And then remember to play like the dice are trying to kill you, because they are.